Henrike, what idea or ideas are you having about yourself, the process, or the other participants that diminishes your ability to focus on the humanity of everyone involved?
Yeah, I don't know. I find it quite a complicated question because I have some concern about that I still don't really know what is going on with him and yes, how he will show up, and that I really see him as someone who could be somehow quite a force, no, and in a negative and in a positive way. But actually, it's really what I really hope is that there is this sense of connecting to his humanity. What idea or ideas are you having about yourself, the process, or the other participants that diminishes your ability to focus on the humanity of everyone involved?
So ideas about myself is that I've offered to be the voice of, or to lip read for him. And depending on how the circle goes, I don't know if he gets suddenly too agitated, if I'll be able to catch everything. And basically I want to contribute by doing that, but if I don't get it right, I'm aware that it can further agitate him.
So you have maybe a sort of a fear that this might become very complicated.
I feel that in this circle, the question about self-responsibility is so crucial. And it's crucial for both.
Yeah.
Because if cannot take any self-responsibility, the women or the others there might not be able to see his humanity. And vice versa, if for example, the women do not take self-responsibility, he might, I don't know, explode or go on ranting.
So somehow you're seeing maybe in this circle really more than many other circles that the polarization,
exactly,
I guess because of psychological state, that polarization is very strong.
Yeah. And you're a bit concerned that this is shaky or might not happen?
I think if he pushes too much, then it will be very hard for people to connect on that level, and it might become too antagonistic. So it's more like a general concern about how the circle will go, because I'm really having, I think I shared before, I'm not so positive about this sort of feminist upset.
I think I'm quite triggered by all the ripples that this circle has had, or the calling of this circle and our offer to host the circle, all the ripples that has had within the community.
So what idea I have about myself? So this I have very strongly. I'm not, I don't really, I wouldn't really know how to deal with all these loose cannons. So in that sense, of course, I'm quite on the outside. I'm happy Laura is here to to do the big job. But yeah, let's see.
And fear and anxiety that if I sense that I'm not being understood and my vulnerability and intimacy and passion is not being registered, that I disconnect and either I withdraw or I lose trust or I get angry. And I know my kind of need to be understood or received is like super vulnerable. And it's like I only feel received and understood in a very narrow scope of, so makes it challenging, I think, for people to get me, and then it makes it challenging for me because I feel not gotten.
So if you feel a bit insecure about how you could deal with that, what would you need as support?
I think maybe it would be good if we have some discussion amongst ourselves about what is, maybe some more discussion before the circle about what is like an appropriate way to guide a circle when somebody, for example, is really acting out very strongly or is very, like, I don't know where, if there are any boundaries, and if so, where they come up. So as you look at the steps that you're going to take, is there anything that comes up for which you think you'll want support?
Maybe I will do a little check-in with before the circle, just to connect with him on as a human to human, and tell him that I'm going to try my best, and that he gives me a little bit of room to not fully get him. Yeah.
So you want to be somehow, have some connection with him before, so that if something doesn't go perfectly or you don't understand him, that there's some mutual understanding at least between you two.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you're recognizing also that our taking self-responsibility has been a little bit weak in our circles, and there's concern and a big hope,
And
that
there's the hope,
that it can happen, so that can support kind of the
it
circle to
seems to me really
move
crucial.
forward.
Yeah. Otherwise there won't be any movement.
Yeah. I'm wondering also in that sense if there's a request that I be a little bit more mindful of really asking that question and explaining the question. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm realizing when I do my intro spiel, I can also be strong on that and then come back to it.
That would be really nice. That would be really nice, and I think that would be a big support to move that forward.
So a request to everyone to be like very engaged with hearing meaning, and Pranjal, you can coach while we're going, tell him to chill out, and if he's it's hard to foresee, but if there's a brawl, if there's a big drama, I know this is not really doable, but if you guys cannot get into the frenzy and not get moralistic, I know that's not doable and I have knots there, but just hold really a grounding, or go for empathy, and somehow trust, really trust.
So that's a request of support from us that you were asking.
That violence in the moment is not terrible, or it's just an expression of whatever unmet needs, and not to add to that energy, but to just hold.
And you requested for support in the team stays grounded and present, and that if it gets heat up, that we don't, and we can bring it back to meaning, and that we allow a wide variety of expressions, and that's just part of the circle.
Do you want to go ahead?
Yes. Okay, so would you like to go ahead?
Yes.
Everything done? Everything said?
Done?
Yeah. Would you like to go ahead?
Sure. Yeah, let's go for it.
Would you like to go ahead?
Yes.
Let's do this.